What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. Out of all the duelists at the Melbourne Regional, only one was playing World Chalice, and he managed to get 5th place. Christopher Cheong definitely did not go easy on the spice, and we're going to go ahead and get into this deck list after his tournament report and reasoning, which is pretty long, so let's go ahead and get into this. He says, Box Hill Regionals in Australia, the 10th of February. I'm really happy to have topped this regional, being the only World Chalice player in the room and coming through. Here's my tournament report for this regionals that had 70 players. Round 1, Magicians 2-0. Round 2, ABC 2-1. Round 3 against Trickstars ended up being a draw. Round 4, 60-card Lightsworn Zombies, I lost 1-2, so it's looking bleak at this point. Round 5, 60-card Paleo 2-0. Round 6, Mythical Beast Magicians 2-1. And round 7, not 70, a 60-card Lightsworn Zombie 2-0 once again. In score is 5-1-1, claiming 5th place with the spice. Deck building theory and card choices. I chose World Chalice as my deck choice because I enjoy playing heavy combo decks. After messing around with World Chalice since its release in Code of the Duelist, I realized that the deck has a lot of fun, and I have not stopped working on fine-tuning it since. With the February 2018 ban list and the release of Extreme Forces, the deck got a massive buff with Monster Reborn coming back and Maxi leaving. My deck building theory was to be able to turbo Gamma Seal with Saryuja and Ningrisu by drawing to the waterfront, or using Saryuja or Firewall's effect to special summon Gamma Seal onto the field, creating a very strong controlling board going first alongside Firewall and Trigate Wizard. When going second, the hand traps were to slow my opponents down enough for me to play through their board. Should I not open a hand trap, extenders in the main deck were chosen specifically to help play in the boards and trade with them. The deck is very monster heavy, and with good reason. The deck is inherently the best link spam deck. In order to do so, monsters are needed to continue linking. That is why hand traps in this deck are a very good inclusion, because it can be used as link materials if needed. I chose to play Effect Veiler and Ghost Ogre as my hand traps of choice for a couple reasons. Veiler just hurts so many decks right now. Targeting is back in the format. Ghost Ogre was just the most versatile hand trap in many matchups, and their light targets, therefore accessible with Brilliant Fusion and Firewall Dragon. 3, Ash Blossom, because it's the most versatile hand traps and has the most application against a majority of the decks out there. I chose to play 2 Guard Dragon because I suspected that there will be a lot of targeting in this format, and Guard Dragon help protect my link monsters, acting as a pseudo hand trap in a sense. Should Guard Dragon's hand trap effect not be necessary, it is a World Chalice by name to be slapped on the board for Ningrisu's draw effect. Fairy Tale Snow was a tech choice for this deck because it's fairly accessible with Brilliant Fusion, Foolish Burial, and Exodius. Even if drawn, Lee's Graveyard effect to send a monster from the field or hand to the grave to add her to the hand can easily be put Snow in grave, making it a 1-for-1 trade. When World Chalice sets up the Trigate plus Firewall board, Snow acts as another disruption that your opponent needs to play through. 3, Mind Control in the side is probably the most ridiculous card to draw going second. Monsters are important, an important component for climbing the link ladder, thus making it a no-brainer for this card to be maxed out in the side. It can also bait effects to activate prematurely, example, forcing ABC Dragon Buster to tag out or forcing Decode Talker to negate it. Sorry there. Cool plays. One of the coolest plays this deck has is to chain block. For example, normal summon Venus, summon 3 Shine Balls, make Link Spider with a Shine Ball, make M-Duck with a second Shine Ball, use M-Duck's additional normal effect to normal summon World Legacy, World Chalice, tributing the last Shine Ball. Link into Saryuja, Chainlink 1, Saryuja draw 4, Chainlink 2, World Legacy, World Chalice to special summon 2 World Chalice from the deck, and Chainlink 3, Mdux effect to special summon a World Chalice from hand. I could not tell you how many times I formed this Chainlink, and opponents had absolutely no chance of dropping Ash Blossom on Saryuja or World Legacy, World Chalice. Another cool play I did against the ABC player, was to use Mdux Catastor effect to destroy the Code Talker. Many people underestimated Mdux effect because it's weaker attack points, but when used properly, it's an MVP. So it's funny because the Code Talker gives that arrow towards him, and then he's going to line up right across from him. That's actually pretty darn cool. Big shout outs to General Games Frankston for supporting me and attending this regional, Ryan Slot, our Australian World Competitor 2017, for discussing, theorizing, and test playing to help me get a firmer grasp of the deck and technical plays, as well as Cameron Nias for discussing tech choices with me, Daniel Feldman, my bad, for hosting test playing sessions, and Callum Scott for inspiring me to play the only trap card in my deck. So this is one spicy meatball of a list. Let's go ahead and start slowly dissecting it up. 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. He didn't even really mention it with the hand traps because I guess it's just a given. We have 3 Effect Veilers. This really seems like a lot of people were writing this into this format. Some people writing it off. Some people like this is a must, and it seems to have worked very well for him. 2 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 3 Agent of Creation Venus, 3 Mystical Shine Ball, 3 copies of Lee the World Chalice Fairy, 3 copies of World Legacy World Chalice, as he pretty much said you really want to see this card, 3 Chosen by the World Chalice, 2 World Chalice Guard Dragon, 2 Exodius. Tons of people have been asking me to feature this on Market Watch, and I've been kind of watching it, but I didn't know too much of the reasons besides this deck, and it seems like this deck may just have the backing past a Gamma Seal, which helps him set up even stronger turn 1 boards than we would have thought capable, and protects him from getting Kaiju at all. Nice! 1 Fairy Tale Snow, 1 Gem Knight Garnet, and the triple Brilliant Fusion to go along that. That's extra bodies on boards, extra bodies out, that's Snow in Graveyard. It is nice. 2 Kyoto Waterfronts. I'm always a fan, even with 1 Kaiju in the deck. 1 Unexpected Die, 1 Soul Charge, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Emergency Teleport, because this man's is a Psychic. Monster Reborn, as he mentioned, was a huge help for him, and another body on board at any time since it's the only trap in the deck. You are able to just special summon this card out from your hand when you have no traps in your graveyard, and he's never going to have a trap unless he's sighted in. These evenly matched. So, sorry if you were expecting the budget deck. We've got 3 Chaos Hunter, 1 Kumongous for another Kaiju in the main, triple Twin Twisties, triple Mind Control. Oh, Mind Control is so good in this deck, especially when going second. I have to imagine, like, it just has to be good. It has to do so much since you're using those link materials. Like, this really gave a huge buff to the World Chalice. 1 Raigeki, 1 Dark Hole, and 3 evenly matched. So basically, ways to outboards these 7 cards, or is it 8 cards? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, you have 8 cards for helping you outboards and building your own here through 3 of them. And the extra, we can't forget that Seraphonite, 3 Mduck, 2 Link Spider, 2 copies of Ib, 1 Arum, 1 Proxy. We've got a Gaia Saber, Ningirsu, 1 Trigate Wizard, a Firewall Dragon, and a Saryuja. Kind of interesting to not see Borreload in here, but it can't take advantage of normal monsters, I suppose, right? Like, you need specifically, let me look that up, and this will also help us, like, be able to, I actually need to rearrange so we don't time out here, but it's pretty crazy to me that we're a deck that Link summons so much isn't going to use Warlord, but you need specifically 3 monsters, and I imagine there's a lot of times where it's not an active card in your extra, and Saryuja seems to just be giving such a jump to this deck. So what do you guys think of this deck in the comments section below? I am certainly floored by just the amount of spice that I kind of didn't expect to see here. The double Waterfront 1 Gamma Seal engine really fits in well. You're going to be sending so many cards to the graveyard. It works just as an extender, I suppose, more so than anything, as well as future negation. I think one of this deck's problems were I'm gonna go first and hope you don't break my board. But when your board is Trigate and Gamma Seal, yes, Gamma Seal has that second effect. It's strong. You remove 2 kaiju counters from anywhere on the field, negate an activation, and if you do, banish that card. And that's any activates a card or effect. Any card or effect, not just monster, spell, or trap. Any card effect. It's pretty darn good. So I really think that this is something to look at and consider. And huge congrats once again to Christopher Cheong. I hope I'm saying that right. It's spelled C-H-E-O-N-G. But super congrats to just taking down one with a lot of deck building. It sounds like a lot of help from friends and high places that knew what they were doing. They know more about this than me. You know more about this than me, and I'm glad you sent this into the channel. It's a really nice look at the World Chalice, I think.